Good evening, friends, and welcome to the stream. Starting up some more AI work on my Project Sentinel today. Excited to pick up where I left off last time. And to that note, turns out I did the math myself, and the math I got looks almost exactly like the math Wolfram Alpha gave me. It's just not what I was expecting it to look like. But seeing it afterwards, after I went through it myself, yeah, I understand now what I was looking at. But it makes me feel good that I, still have that algebraic touch that I used to have. Haven't had to use it in a while, but can still manage to solve a system of equations by hand. And well, I understand what it was showing me a little bit better now too, which should help in my implementation. So, yeah, let's get into it, I guess. I don't really. Yeah. Let's go ahead and start up the world. I should have done that first. I'm gonna go into the code first, but having having the game up in the background already will be nice because I do intend to actually import this into ships today and see what happens. I can't promise those ships will actually fly today. Hopefully they fly. Hopefully they fly and end up where I want them to go, but we'll see. Asking for both of those two things may be asking just a bit too much. All right. Into the game. That's fine. Pause it. It's loaded. We can get back there later. Let's switch to a Visual Studio screen. And bring that up. Actually, why don't I switch my input a little bit and show you guys what I'm actually looking at, because I'm gonna have my OneNote open on my second monitor so that I can actually see the equation I'm trying to write here. This monitor. Cool. And done. Although that's probably almost impossible to read, so maybe that's not even valuable. I can zoom in though. Here we go. So yeah, oh, perfect. So yeah, this bottom equation is what I ended up with. It's actually almost identical to what Wolfram spat out. It's functionally identical. They had the numerator and denominator were both negated, but that comes out the same in the end. And I want to do the square root around the whole thing just to make sure. Always going to have a positive number. Also, I know. Oh, actually, I should think about that as I'm writing this. Yeah. Okay. So I also technically, by the math, this is actually plus or minus the square root of all this nonsense. But because we're calculating our velocity in terms of moving forward, it's always going to be positive. Yeah, it's always going to be positive. So we always want the positive root. So that's fine. Yeah. So let's add this to our kinematics thing class. I am not going to type out a comment to describe this right at this moment. Actually, yeah, no, maybe it's worth doing just to kind of help out. Think maybe I use this comment as a system of equations. And I don't necessarily want to type out the whole ridiculousness at the end. It's fine if that's just in the body, but just to just for the reference in the future, I kind of want to have this. So yeah, it'll look ugly, but it's fine. So we have our first distance equation, or no, the first one is just d equals d0 plus d1. d0 is, why am I typing this? I can just copy this. That will greatly reduce the number of typos. Because I'm pretty sure I already typed this correctly. But this will give good reference for what I have, and I should put the full equation in the comments somewhere, but I'll figure that out another day. So this is going to return, yeah, double, and what do we want to call this? We're going to call it get midpoint velocity. It's not really midpoint. It's really, I guess I could just call it get swap point velocity. This isn't so much a standard equation as something I'm, you know, amalgamating out of all this nonsense, but that's fine. So things I need to know are, hold on, I'm missing something from this. Where's my paper? I forgot a D. Whoops. Times D. Oh, why are you small? No. No, no, no. I want you to be big. There. Times D. Oh. Oh, I was holding down the wrong keys. Yeah, I figured out how to do subscript. I remembered the keyboard shortcuts for subscript and superscript. So that makes this look way prettier too, which is great. I don't know an easy way to do that. Turn this into a giant fraction, but again, this is way prettier than it was. I'll accept. Okay, so we need a couple of values. We need that distance. So we have our total distance. We have our initial velocity, and this is all scalar, right? I don't actually want to do these calculations with vectors. Yeah, because what I'm actually looking for, what I actually need to calculate are the times. But the simplest way to calculate the times by combining the equations is to solve for this velocity at the midpoint, and then I just plug that back into the equation for time, which I already have. Yeah, because I'll just use this one. Yeah, that's why we're doing this first. So I need an initial velocity. Forward acceleration. Actually, yeah, let's try it out this way. Final velocity double forward acceleration double reverse acceleration. Total distance, initial velocity, final velocity, forward, reverse. Yeah, I'm good with that. You know what? I am going to add a little bit more to the comments, but really just a descriptive. Ship accelerating from V0 to Vs, and then decelerating from Vs back to V0, back to V1, that. Accelerating A0. Accelerating A1 in the space of D. Return the Maximum velocity reached at the swap point. Yeah, that's a good description. Good enough description. Just so if I come back to this in a month and I look at it and be like, what in the hell was I thinking when I wrote this? It's a little bit of information. All right. So now I'm going to write out this. I guess I can kind of just one line this, can't I? Yeah. Turn math dot square root of all this nonsense. We're going to put parentheses around the numerator. 2 times forward acceleration. No, come on. Times reverse acceleration times total distance. That's our 2a0, a1d minus a0, which is forward acceleration, times v1 is final velocity squared, plus a1 is reverse acceleration, times v0 squared is initial velocity. All right, that's our numerator. We want to divide by our denominator, a1 minus a0, which is reverse acceleration, minus forward acceleration. And I need one more close parenthesis. And that should just work. Does this have a formatter? Oh, it's find and replace. All right, whatever. Give me. Let me do a little manual formatting. This is still not the prettiest thing, but at least it's not all on one line. To a0, a1, d minus a0, v1 squared plus a1, b0 squared all over a1 minus a0. And that is the same as what Wolfram said, just formatted differently. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so go back to our algorithm where we are trying to solve for the time that this will take. All right, so double swap point velocity is kinematics dot get swap point velocity. D is distance to goal, which we probably, here we go, distance to goal. I just already have that variable. Perfect. Distance to goal. And we need our initial velocity, which is our projected current speed. The final velocity should have a projected goal speed. Yeah. Projected goal speed. Forward acceleration is max gas thrust divided by ship mass. Should I do that calculation once? Yeah, if it's going to be used here and down here. then yeah, I should. It's just a small thing, but yeah, let's do that. Let's do a quick double. I mean, a lot of this probably gets I know there's some optimization that goes on when the Space Engineer scripts are compiled. So some of this might get optimized out anyway when it's real simple, but I'll do it here. I mean, doing it manually is more clear anyway. So max gas Excel is this. And double max brake Excel is this. And I do want to keep that negative in there in both, or yeah, for both here and when I use it down here. All right, so I think that was the only place I was using the thrust. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so make sure, yeah, forward acceleration, perfect, which is max gas Excel, and reverse acceleration is max brake Excel. Perfect. So that should give us our swap point velocity. That highest velocity we reach right before the ship has to start braking so that it can slow down in time to reach its target velocity. Now, the double time to swap is get time from the delta V, which is our initial speed is projected current speed, final speed is projected goal speed, acceleration is mass gas Excel. Needed that once again. I'm glad I did that. Double time. Yeah, let's reduce. Start to swap times swap to end is using the same equation, but this time I used the wrong damn speed here. Swap point velocity. You know, I should probably rename this swap point speed actually to be consistent with my other naming in here. I'm fine calling it velocity in the kinematics class, because it doesn't technically, it's just speed here too, I guess. Although it has direction, it's just negative. It's just a two-dimensional speed. So no, that's still fine. But since we're not using the vector speeds, we're using the scalar speeds. I'll call this speed just for clarity, since it's next to the current speed and target speed. All right, so yeah, so our start to swap is going from current speed to swap point speed. Our time from swap to end is going from the swap point speed to the projected goal speed at the braking, using the braking acceleration. And that will be our time cost, be the start to swap plus swap to end. Max time, same thing, math dot max, max time and time cost. And then our total thruster activation count, in this case, let's see, we're always active. Okay, actually, yeah, we use the same kind of thing, because we're always activating thrusters, but since the number of accelerating thrusters and the number of braking thrusters could be different, I need to calculate them separately. But I think these two equations, actually all three of these, are still essentially applicable but it's not time to max speed. It's start to swap, and then swap to end are our braking thrusters. Accelerating, gas count. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I hope. I think. Guess I could have done this differently. Yeah. Like, you know, technically I could break a couple of these lines out of the if else. You know, the total, like, these lines are both identical in both, but I don't know. It's also kind of nice, the clarity of them being in there with the rest of the calculation is. It's just not a big deal at this point. If I start running into character limits on the Space Engineer scripts, which do exist, unfortunately, yeah, then we'll figure that out. As with most of this, that's a problem for another day. All right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna skim through this, what I have, and then skim through the old code and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I guess I know I still need this. And Visual Studio is going to complain because I just put in 2 return statements. Oh, actually doesn't complain too bad. Just gives a warning because it's unreachable code. Oh, that's nice. Whenever I do that at work with Java, it complains hard when there's more code after a return statement. But cool, that's fine. All right. So let's make sure I'm at least trying to do the right things. All right, so we have our goal. We have our thrusters. We have the 3 different axes. We're assuming all of the thrusters are mounted to the primary grid, and there are no other thrusters stuck on rotors that we have to worry about. It's just these 6 directions. If they're forward or backward, add them to the one group. Up and down, add them to the other. If they're not one of those, they're left or right, so we add them to the other. And then we take all 3 of those and add them to a list of axes because we're just going to iterate through that and do the same calculations on each axis. And the calculations we want to know are the maximum amount of time it will take to accurately reach our goal on any one axis, because whichever axis takes the longest, by the time that's done, the other 2 axes will be aligned and they'll be done. So we only care about the longest time taken by any one. But we want the sum of all thruster activations on all axes, and those will be used to return our actual cost. So on each axis, assuming there are any thrusters at all on this axis, if not, we just skip the whole thing. Then we determine the goal along this axis, the portion of the goal that is relative to this axis. So we'll do that. Axis goal direction is, oh right, I just picked any one of the thrusters and picked, you know, its orientation. World matrix backward is the direction the ship will move if this thruster is fired. I check if it's aligned with the goal. If it's not, then this dot product is less than 0, and we say, hey, the goal is actually in the other direction from this thruster. Yeah, and yeah, this is just a direction. This is not a, yeah. So this is the direction. Perfect. And so then we project the goal. Do I use this again? Oh yeah, I use it a lot. Never mind. Okay, no, that's good. That's fine. Project the goal itself. Well, the vector towards the goal from our current position onto this axis. That's our goal. That's the only part of the goal we can do anything about. It'll be in the same line as the thrusters that are firing here. And then we get the distance to the goal. And we basically do the same thing with the target velocity. So we already have our goal direction. We look at our current velocity along the axis that we can do anything about. And get the speed, and the speed's negative if our current velocity is not aligned with the goal vector. And then the same thing with the goal velocity. We project it onto our axis. Speed is the length, but it's negative if it's not in the same direction as the goal vector. Good. Now we go through each of the thrusters that are on this axis, and we group them into either our gas thrusters or our brake thrusters. And for each one, we'll add the total amount of thrust. So they could very well be thrusters of different types, but if we fire them all at once, what's the best they can do? So we're on maximum thrust, and then we calculate the maximum acceleration in both our forward and reverse directions by dividing those thrusts by the ship mass. Because force is mass times acceleration, meaning acceleration is force divided by mass. All right. Then we look at how long it would take the ship to go from its current speed to maximum speed, and how much space it would take to reach that point. And then we look at how long it would take to decelerate from maximum speed back down to whatever our target is, and the amount of space it would take to do that. If the amount of space it would take to get to maximum speed and get back down is less than the total distance to the goal, then that means there's space to accelerate to max, coast for a while, and then brake back down to our target speed. And that's that coasting distance. The time is the coasting distance divided by the ship's maximum speed, which is 100 meters per second, meaning the total time it will take is the time it took us to ramp up, the time we're coasting at max speed, and the time it takes us to brake. Perfect. And we're firing thrusters while we're accelerating to max, and we're firing reverse thrusters while we are braking back to target. That's our thruster activation code. And then we just went through this. I'm pretty confident in this, but I'm still going to talk myself through it just in case I missed something dumb. So this means the distance that's required to reach maximum speed added to the distance that would be required to get from maximum speed back down to our target is a longer distance than how far away our goal is, meaning we don't have space to get all the way to max speed, which means we're going to go as fast as we can until the last moment when we need to start braking. And I think from the math I did that the simplest way to calculate the total time that will take is to first find the speed, that maximum speed that we reach in the middle, which we find by solving the system of equations that I put together last time. I guess I don't actually need that up on my display. Well, I don't know. It's not hurt anything. You're not seeing anything in Space Engineers, so I guess I'll leave it. Oh, crap. Hold on. Because that's probably covering part of the code. Sorry. Let me move this. Oh, yeah, there was no good way to do that, was there? Here we go. There. I should probably just make scenes for... I'll mess with that later. I can probably make the transitions a little smoother to display exactly what I want to. I'm trying to avoid jumping around between different screens too much for you. But I also want to be able to display the relevant information. So anyway, we find our max move speed at that swap point by using that equation we calculated. The time it will take, we get the time it will take to get from our start point, well, or specifically from our start speed to reach that swap point speed, and the time it will take to go from that swap point speed to our goal speed. And that is our time cost. And then we count the number of steps for each, and yeah, count the thrusters, the gas thrusters while accelerating and the brake thrusters while braking. You know what? I just realized it's probably worth writing a test for this real fast to at least validate that it matches up with the other kinematics equations I've been using that seem to be working. So maybe before we test this in a ship, let's write another test. Boring old tests. All right. Test method. So we public void test something 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 something, whatever I called this. Test get swap point velocity. We'll capitalize that. All right. So I don't really care what my numbers are. Well, other than I guess I need to make sure that I provide numbers that at least, you know, well, yeah, that result in, positive results or whatever. All right, so let me think. Some of the stuff I've used in past tests is probably good enough. 74, that's a long way. Okay, so if this should be good enough to give me a range to go off of. So this equation was getting the time required to go 74 meters starting at 10 meters per second and accelerating at 9.8 meters per second. And that time was 3 seconds. Okay, that's fine. Time, space to go, 74 meters. That's not super helpful, is it? Well, no, that's fine. Go 3 meters. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll start from there. That's fine. Let's see. I double D, my total distance. We'll say we're going 120 meters. We're gonna start out going 10 meters per second. We'd like to end going 0 meters per second, since I like that as a test case. I should probably write multiple test cases with multiple types of variables, but we'll see. And we'll say double our gas acceleration is Sure, why not? We'll use the 9.8. That's fine. And our braking acceleration, we'll say, is less, is half that. So this should be a reasonable case, right? Because is 120 too much? No, 120 is totally fine. Yeah, we're not going to get anywhere near that. Because I already know from having this earlier test that it's going to take 3 seconds for the ship to go 74 meters, and this one is going to have to go less than that at that speed because it's going to have to go further. It's going to take more time slowing down. I guess I should also verify that this can work at all. Well, sure it can. Of course it can. Like, worst case, we just stop. Oh wait, I say of course. There is a chance there's not actually enough space to stop in time, but there is. There should be. Right? Should be space to go from 10 to 0 in 120. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, yeah, this is great. This is fine. Cool. So we're gonna say this is great. Say double result is kinematics dot. I really should kind of base these off of some kind of true like physical case I've worked with, but right now I'm just making up numbers and making sure this equates with our other existing equations that we know should work. So we send D, initial velocity is v0, final velocity is v1, forward acceleration is a0, reverse acceleration a1. Result is swap, or yeah, we can call this vs, because that's what we were calling it elsewhere. So this is our swap point velocity. Cool. And, oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. Because I'm not in the Space Engineers framework. How do I... Alright, this is embarrassing. How do I just print to the console in a C# test? I don't work in C#. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna put this over here. Oh, console.write. Alright, sure. Cool. Swap point velocity. Yes. Oh, plus. Derp. Cool. Alright, so I should at least be able to see that and see that it makes some amount of sense. Should be a little higher than 10. It's probably not a lot higher than 10, I'm guessing, but should be a little higher than 10. Alright, then I want to basically, I want to do what I did in here and calculate those times. Actually, calculating the times doesn't really validate much for me. What I actually want to calculate is the distances. And I should have that, right? Oh, no, I need the time to find the distance. That's why. Okay, yep, that's fine. Calculate the time first. Double T0 equals kinematics dot get velocity get time. Thank you. Get time delta V, and our initial speed is v0, final speed is vs, acceleration is a0. and then we'll do our distance for that first distance is get position, yes, delta v again. So position, initial position is 0, initial velocity v0, and final velocity vs, and time t0. Double t1 is kinematics, get time delta v. So this time we're going from vs to v1 with an acceleration of a1, and double d1 is same thing, get position 0 vs v1 t1. And now the final moment of truth. Actually, I'm gonna console write this stuff out too, just for the sake of being able to read some stuff. Time to swap point. I guess the times I won't really be able to validate much, but printing it out's not going to hurt. Console write distance to swap point d0. Right, time to end. Oops. Is t1, and console right distance to end is d1. And then, as I started to say, the moment of truth is that we want to assert r equal, the expected result is d, the actual result is d0 plus d1, and we probably want to give some amount of epsilon wiggle room, because we're going to lose some precision doing floating point math, most likely. So I don't know what's realistic. I'll give a few zeros there. So since I've tested and used these functions before, and these are the same ones that we used to solve the system of equations that resulted in this one, this should come out valid, assuming that I both did this right and, of course, input all these variables correctly. Yeah, so sure, I don't want to run this. I don't really need to run everything. I mostly want to run you. See if this runs just one or runs them all. I don't really care if it runs them all. They don't take that long. Nope. Oh, build errors. No, hold on. Oh, there are build errors all the way back in here, aren't there? All right, gotta fix these before I can actually run tests. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. What did I add? I added the epsilons. Is that right? Program start state, goal epsilon, controller thrusters. Program start state, goal state, position epsilon, linear velocity epsilon, controller thrusters. Right. So I have two epsilons because I wanted to have the option to have different values for, how far I'm willing to be off for both my position and velocity. But for right now, for right now I don't care. They can just be the same variable. I can change that later. Right now I just want to run the test. I probably should have tried to compile again. Unreachable. Oh yeah, I still haven't deleted my unreachable code. That's fine. Are you still running? Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. 1 failed. Yep, failed. R equal failed. All right. Excuse me? That's a lot of not a numbers. Console not right. Oh, this doesn't write. Oh, is there a right line? Perfect. I was kind of expecting it to. But I've been. The Space Engineer's basic echo console, like this, the echo command automatically gives a new line, so I had that on the brain. Okay, so we got back swap point velocity, not a number, which is yeah, going to result in all of the following calculations being not a number. So the question is, why? Is it because I gave it inputs that don't work, or because I broke the math? Let's give it some more space to work with and just see if that happens to be the problem. Because there's a small chance I didn't actually. I think it's only a small chance. But there is a chance I didn't actually give it enough space. No, still failed. Okay. There, that's a nicer output though. Alright, not a number. Okay. Why? This is all one line. It's not going to be super straightforward to debug. Didn't really intend to be debugging this today. I was hoping I'd put it in a ship and find out why my ship wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. At least make sure my signs make sense. So that's always positive. These don't necessarily have to be positive, but the inputs I've given are. This is positive. Reverse acceleration notably is negative. Meaning that our denominator is going to be negative. So I need my numerator also has to be negative, or else the square root function is going to cry when I ask it to take the square root of a negative number. Unless this returns imaginary numbers? Nope, returns a double. Don't think doubles are usually imaginary. All right. 2 times forward times reverse times distance. That'll be negative. Minus forward times final will be positive, but it's a negative term still. Plus reverse initial, that'll be negative. Okay, guaranteed numerator and denominator are both hold up. It would help if I actually put a provided the negative reverse acceleration like I said I was going to. All right, let's try this again. Tell me that was the only problem. Test passed! Test passed! All right, this tells us we reached a swap point velocity of 38.3 meters per second. After accelerating for 2.89 seconds, we go 70 meters in 2.9 seconds to reach a speed of 38.3. And then we need to travel another 150 meters decelerating at 4.9 meters per second over another 7.8. 150 plus 70 is 220. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. I guess I didn't have it write out the sum, but obviously the sum was within 1/10,000th or whatever that is. 100,000th. So yeah, they're pretty close. Of the 220 that I initially input. That is awesome to see. That means that means that like I literally used these same equations to create this one. So that's awesome that that comes out correctly. That is very promising. All right, cool. I'm going to delete this code. It's still in Git. Like, I can find it if I need it, but awesome. Okay. Okay. I like that. So I think, so all I've done really is update the heuristic function, which I think, update the heuristic function and the goal check, I guess. But I think that might be all I need. I'm going to run through the A-star algorithm quickly. I mean, if anybody's live here and wants me to slow down, I'm happy to. But otherwise, I'm just going to kind of gloss through it fairly quickly and make sure I'm not forgetting anything obvious that I have to change before I test this in a ship. All right, my constructor didn't change much, other than I added this linear velocity epsilon to know how far off I'm allowing my goal to look. Because I know I'm only actually making these calculations every 1/6 of a second. So I'm not, I can only hit that goal with so much precision. I think the goal position epsilon I was using, or wait, I have them right here. Yeah, 1 meter. 1 meter is kind of a long distance. But yeah, I want to give myself plenty of wiggle room. I'm only firing thrusters at max thruster 0 thrust. I'm only changing things every 1/6 of a second at best. It's only going to be so accurate. I can always refine things later. And so for now, honestly, that seems reasonable, allowing the linear velocity to be off by 1 meter per second as well. That doesn't seem like a problem to me. I suspect it will still allow us to hit our goal. So yeah, so this is all fine. And getting all combinations of thrusters is still good. That's just our logging function. So here's the meat. So create our set of states. Our first state is just the start state it's got a cost of 0 because this is where we started. I should double check the start state I'm putting in. Okay, I am entering the linear velocity. Yeah, right. I was already putting in the ship's current position, current linear velocity, and current angular velocity. I just didn't actually care what the linear, oh no, I cared what the linear velocity was. That was already part of the calculations. I just didn't care what it was at the goal. And right now our angular velocity should never change. I'm never activating the gyroscopes on the ship, but one day not that far off. Anyway, good. That means our start state has the information it needs. And we'll calculate the heuristic of the start state, and that's what I just did all that. So I'm currently convinced that my heuristic function is correct. And yeah, its best score is 0 because it can't be anything better. All right. So we'll go this nonsense here is part of the magic to get things to run over multiple in-game ticks, in the case where all the calculations required to calculate this route are more than what Space Engineers will allow me to do in a single script execution. That's what I'm looking at here. Every time I go through this loop, I check how many instructions I've currently done. Take a guess if take a guess at whether. So this is the number of instructions I executed on the previous iteration of the loop. And if I'm getting close, in this case, if I'm getting, oh no, this is the last loop commands. That's the one. Sorry, I'm not actually reading this. I'm just trying to describe what I know I already wrote. Anyway, if the number of instructions I executed last time doubled is more than what's left, then I'm saying I might execute twice as many instructions this time if things got complicated. Let's go ahead and pause it, and we'll resume it next time. And this yield return true in this type of function, the way it's called, basically pauses the A-star class's algorithm, and then I go back to the programmable block, say, hey, I'm done for now, but tell me, run me again at your next opportunity. And then when it does, we pick up from here, and I've got some logging just for debugging purposes that's not worth removing yet. Anyway, that's that. So we look at our open set, which is the set of all, it's our frontier. It's the possible states that the ship could be in that we're trying to explore. And at the beginning, it only consists of the ship's start state. And so, yeah, we'll go through this and we'll get that top item. And the top item is going to be the one that shows the most promise for reaching our goal. Which specifically is to say, so that heuristic function is a guess at how much longer it will take us to reach the goal. It's a best case scenario of how long it would take us to reach the goal. And that combined with how far we've already come gives a pretty good guess of which of these are the most promising to explore. And so we'll explore the most promising looking one next. Start out, it'll just be the start state, because that's all that's there. Yeah, we go through. Check if it's the goal, that's fine. Nothing changed there. If it's the goal, we end our execution. We say, hey, we found it. If it's not the goal, then we generate all its neighbors. And I don't think any of this should have changed. In order to generate its state's neighbors, I'm looking at, so I generate it in the constructor, so I only have to do it once, a list of all possible combinations of the thrusters on the ship. So our test ship only has 6 thrusters, so it's only like 120 or something. I don't know. It might be more than that. It might be less than that. I don't remember. It's not a gigantic number of combinations computationally. But basically we look at every possible combination of thrusters and say, hey, if we fired all of these thrusters, where would the ship go? And what speed would it be going at? And that's how we create our neighbor states. And none of this should have changed with the new way of evaluating things. This is all still accurate. The potential ways to generate next states are still the same. It's just that how good we think those states are has changed, and that's based on the heuristic function. So generating neighbors should still be fine. Then we loop through all the neighbors. We do check to see if we've already explored this. And also, if we've already explored this particular state and the way we got there before was better, we don't care. Like, doesn't matter. We're never going to get there this way because we already found a better way, so we just skip it. But if we've never been here before, or if we have been here before but this new way is better, then we want to add it. So we get our G-score, which is the cost it took us to get here, and that added to the heuristic function, our guess on how long it will take to get where we're going, is this first parameter, which is how optimistic we are about this state and the state itself, added to our open set. And we'll go through that for every neighbor, evaluate how good we think it is. And that's it. We check how many instructions we executed to get here, and then we go back here and check what the new, most promising node to explore is. See if that's the goal. If it's not, look at everything next to it, keep going. I think that's essentially right. Heuristic, goal, get all combos, path, mass. Right, I added the mass thing. That's a nice utility. Yeah. I want to put this in a ship. I want to put this in a ship and see what it does. All right. Double check. We didn't change anything about the welder. We didn't change anything about the brain. And I don't deploy the unit tests. So all I have to deploy is this. Let me switch this back to my full screen application, which should bring up Space Engineers. There it is. And I'll do the picture-in-picture so we can still have Visual Studio available in case I jump back and forth. Says our scripts have been deployed, so let's get in here and actually do some gameplay. Oh yeah, this is the ship I was testing some simple scripts out on before. Let's just get rid of that. Don't need it. All right, we are going to put our new script in here. And to do that, the programmable block, edit, browse scripts. Come on. Game. Give me scripts. Well, that's a little awkward. All right, well, bear with me a moment. Given how long it usually takes to load the world, I think I might actually be better off just closing the game entirely and reopening it. So reopening the game might not do anything. Reopening the world without refreshing the game might not do anything. So give it a second here. And I'm going to fire it back up. And I am actually going to take a quick break myself. Got to go take care of something. But I'll be back in just a minute or two, and hopefully by then Space Engineers will be back up anyway. So. All right. Space Engineers is back. I'm back. World is loading, and hopefully it lets me import scripts this time. I had this happen once before, a couple weeks ago. I don't remember if I did anything in particular to resolve that, but hopefully it was just restarting the game. If I have to reboot my computer, I'm just not going to bother with that tonight. We'll do it another night. Yeah, let's give this another go. Edit. Browse scripts. Damn it. Oh, that's a shame. Why? Why? Oh, I was on such a roll. By the time I get rebooted, I'm gonna have lost all momentum. Wow, that's obnoxious. All right. Well, you guys want to watch something else? Play more of this. Come back and actually test this next time. Damn. Why won't you? I'm clicking on it furiously. You know, just in case that helps. All right. Well, I don't see any reason just continuing to fight it. So, but I'm 2 on right now. It's only 12. But yeah, like I said, I'll have lost the momentum and motivation. Let's just play something else. I started a draft the other day. Let's play some more Magic. Let's do that instead. All right, gotta update stream info. All right, I should probably copy that so I can use it again later. Oh, here, throw it in here. Perfect. All right. Base Engineers isn't cooperating tonight. So let's play some Magic. Swap games to Magic the Gathering. And should, there we go. Now it's up. Yep, that's a shame. But I mean, hey, at least I'll have an exciting place to start off next time. Don't know if I'll get to it tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably try to get to it tomorrow because I probably won't want to on Wednesday. I think I'm going to be streaming more frequently now that I've actually got Project Sentinel in a place where I want to stream it. That was slowing me down a lot before because I wanted to work on it and get it there, but I wasn't ready to stream. So I ended up streaming a lot less, which is fine, but I've been enjoying streaming. So it's nice to get back to it more consistently. Hopefully, here we go. Oh, hey, look at that. I probably didn't play any Constructed in February. I did play a little bit of Draft, though. Yeah, I just wasn't in the mood to play Magic. Again, partly because I was working on Sentinel and I wanted to catch up on Guild Wars. I did not catch up on the Guild Wars story before the End of Dragon release. That was today, which I'm also very excited for, but not what I want to do tonight. Oh, look at that, free gems. see. If I remember right, there are a few things that are better value in gems than in gold, but I don't think there's anything that's a better value in gold than gems, so I might as well buy the gems for gold. I guess I should check that 300 to 1500 was the right ratio, but I'm pretty sure it is. So. Alright. Ooh. That's my first one of those. Hey, that card's super good. Or, I don't know, it looks super good. Clearly, I've never actually played with it yet, but I could definitely see that making it into some Brawl decks. Is this very loud? I guess I should... Could just be my new headphones. I guess I should watch the levels on Studio and see what's going on. But yeah, let's play some draft. Yeah, somehow currently 4-0, you know, knock on wood all the time. Doing great. I mean, the deck's cool. I haven't actually even drawn my first pick, but I've been winning games, so can't complain too much. The shrines are awesome. Shrines are great. I know they're not all as just generally good, but honestly, both the green and white ones I don't mind having just by themselves. And when I've got two of them out, they're very good. This thing's very cool. Yeah, I think I've mostly been winning off the backs of the shrines, honestly. But I mean, it's just a generally decent deck, no doubt. It's got solid cards. Yeah, this seems like an easy keep. Play this shrine. Get an extra land if I need to, and have two shrines. Yep. And what is this one? Oh yeah, that guy. Flyer. Hey, look, more lands. Black. Black? The black can kill my things. I don't want you to kill my shrines. My precious shrine creatures. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop it down. It's not going to get any bigger quite yet, but that's okay. It is kind of funny that way that you don't even... Sometimes you kind of want to play the shrines a turn off curve. Just so you can get the activation that turn, or the trigger, I guess. It's not an activation. Just, what are you? Rude. Very, very rude. Enters the battlefield. Okay. Alright, well. Yeah, I'd rather just make this bigger than play my other guy. Sure. Yep. Filter, and a 2/3 flyer? Ugh. This could be very annoying. I actually, you know, mentioned there's 4-0 somehow, but I haven't played against any ninjas yet. So there is that. So I could just slam this one and pay for nothing. I could play Moth Rider Patrol and
pay for the Goshen tie, and I could still have the channel up for this, which is not bad, because I could surprise something. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. Get some damage in. I guess that is flying, but we'll end turn. Pay for this. Make it a little bigger. Ew. We're gonna -1/-1 my Moth Rider Patrol, yeah? Do I save it? I kind of think I do. Because I kind of think it still stops the attacks. I mean, he may still attack, and he may have a ninjutsu ability that he can bring out with the unblocked one. And he certainly could still kill my Moth Rider Patrol next turn with the Life of Toshiro Mizawa. If he does attack, I think I want to block the flyer. Oh, that's annoying. Didn't attack. Oh! Oh! We finally get to see Jugen. Do I want to play him? He's very good. He's very, very good, but I also kind of want to play the Shrine, because then I can start pooping out little bodies. They don't have flying, which is annoying. I guess this poops out. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this just uses my mana better, so I guess I'll do that. Yeah, I would like to pay for the little bodies. Blockers. Jugen himself gets flying. His remnant. Oh, actually, I guess playing Jugen would have used my mana just fine, because oh, wait, I played this. Next turn, even if I don't draw a land, I can play Jugen and pay for both Shrine activations. Shrine triggers. You get attacked with those. Okay. I think I'm just gonna block this to not take the 3. That's probably fine. If I block with enough creatures to kill it, he gets to kill one of my shrines. I don't like that. So I'll just not take 3. What do you do? Ninjutsu abilities cost 1 less to activate. Yeah. You're just big chunkus, right? Yep. Alright, so I just got bonked for 6. Well, I'm glad I didn't take 3 more. I'm being perfectly honest. Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. Do I need that? Because I might need that. He's only got 4 power in the air. I think I want to get this rolling. I think I want to get this rolling. Gonna take some damage, but oh right, I can target either shrine. Make it 5/5 or make it 3/5. Let's make it 5/5. Next turn, I might make the white shrine a 3/5. Yep. Probably want to send something to the spirit realm next turn. I mean, I don't know what I'll draw. But even if I do that, I'm not even sure what I target. Like I might just need to hit one of the flyers. The Silver Fur Master makes 3 of his creatures bigger, but I'm doing okay on the ground. Oh, okay. It might need to be that. Alright. In fact, if it's not that, I just die. This is an instant. So technically I could get back that enchantment and channel it at instant speed. I'd need to keep 5 mana up. I don't love that. I don't love any of this. Definitely don't love any of this. But I think this is kind of what I have to do. I now have 4 modified creatures. This... Oh, and he lets me pay the X when any creature enters the battlefield under my control. So I could modify one of the spirits created by the shrine, and he would get his +5/+5. Yep, wrong choice. Okay. Okay, I have 6 mana. Can I stay alive? I think I can stay alive. Because I have 6 mana. I can... Right, I can give some... I can bring this back. I can bring back the thing and give a thing reach. That requires 5 mana. I have 7 mana. I said 6. I have 7. That's good. Let's... not attack, because it's not really going to do anything. I actually have 8. Oh, I have 8 because I have the monk, so I can actually pay for both of these. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do that. This. I want to pay for one of these. I will decline this one. I will pay for this one. Make you bigger. Okay. Do both. Creature, enchantment. I can block. Doesn't really matter what I use. So use something a little more expendable. Ooh. 1 is not 0. I don't likely have lethal on a crackback here. Ooh, yeah, yep. All right, no longer have any flyers, but that's okay. I mean, yeah, there's not really a question here. Play this. We play this because it's really good. We play this, and we pray that he doesn't have a way to give anything unblockable. Do I attack with my 7/7? He... To trade to kill it, I would get either his 6/6 or any 2 other creatures. That feels like a win. That feels like a win. I would like to attack. Alright. I would like to make this bigger. Oh! Oh! That was a game. Down to 1 life. Oh, that was fun. That was satisfying. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, if I can't play Space Engineers, I can at least win some magic, right? My heart's beating kind of fast right now, turns out. Ooh. I mean, if I draw planes, like I can get this out and I can play Jugan, and then it sort of feels like we're in a decent spot. I don't even have to get a planes, but yeah, we'll draw land. We'll draw land. That's not land. It's a good card. It's not land. Oh, that's land. There we go. Oh, I forgot this has channel. Oh, that's very good. Oh, yeah, if I had realized that, I might have kept it even more confidently. I forgot that that was part of the reason this card is just good. I would like to make my creatures bigger. I have 5 mana, but it is all green. I probably should have just cycled this instead of... and so I could play the planes. But it's fine. I can do that later. Do I attack? Offer the trade there? It doesn't seem great. I think I just chill. Because Jugan combined with this shrine? It's just silly. It's just silly. I don't really need to risk losing these to a combat trick. My turn to plane cycle. No! Oh, rude. Fortunately, I can get it back. Fortunately, I can get it back. I am not going to pay for that this turn. Actually, I guess I can. Because I can just do this next turn. I don't have to do this do this now. I can just do it next turn. I have the mana to do it, play Jugan, pay. Yeah. Oh wait, I was gonna. I just talked myself into doing that next turn, which meant I could pay for the shrine. Oh well. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Creature enchantment. Creature enchantment. Awesome. Let's play this. I mean, nah. Hey. Oh shoot! I'm an idiot. I don't get to pay to put counters on my things until he's a creature. I didn't use my mana because I figured, oh yeah, I'll just pay a bunch of mana and put counters on that thing. Because I'm a dumbass. I don't really need to cycle this. I'd rather cast it. Okay. Yeah, you had counter. You get a counter. You get to be a thing. Do I send their shrine to the spirit realm? Probably. Yeah, let's do it. I have 5, 6, 7 mana, which means I can do all of the things. Don't tap my mana like that. Play this. I'm just gonna dump my hand on the board. There is a board wipe in white. I could get bitten by this. This would turn into a 3/3. You know, I'm willing to trade creatures for this though, because I'm going kind of wide here. I guess I could have saved those so that I could play them after Jugan's on the board. I'll probably draw more creatures. I mean, that's a good card. If I put that on my shrine, it becomes 5/7. That still gets double blocked pretty effectively. Could put it on my flyer. Could put it on the Jugan. make him really spooky. They do have a tapper now. That's kind of awkward. I could put it on my vigilance creature. It's 7/7. I'm a little more willing to trade that. Let's do that. I can also channel it. Let's channel it. Let's attack with this. Yeah, I've got a combat trick. That's fine. Go ahead, block it. I dare you. Take 4. Pay 1. Pay 6. I meant to pay 7, I guess. I miscounted my lands. Figured I'd leave 2 up for this. Sure. That's big. Nine, 8, 10, 10. Sure. He's got something. Is this? I don't know what he's got. Oh, nice. I still trade with it. Oh, that was great for me. Oh. Well, that's pretty good. Well, what would it take to activate that for 3? Okay, he's done. Okay, no, I do want to know, though. I need to math. Because if I just want to wipe his creatures out, which would be nice. I mean, I at least want to kill the Moth Rider Patrol, but if I X equals 3 is 8 mana? Oh yeah, I mean so I had the mana to do that for sure. Just clear his board. Which is not dead right now, but is pretty bad position. Alright. Shall we? It's only 12:30. I'm going to finish out the draft one way or another tonight. That's the plan. Okay, so I can cycle this for planes, but then I can't do anything with that planes? We're mulliganing this. This is terrible. That's... I forgot that was in this deck. That was kind of cool, actually. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I'll put a land on. I think the plan is to channel this on 2. That's fancy. Ramp this into something. Oh, you know, I guess if I play this and enchant it with this, it already has reach, but still, it being a 4/6 that can tap for 2 green, maybe that's actually better. Maybe that's actually better. I don't hate the idea of having a 4/6 that taps for 2 green. Especially when I have things in my hand that want mana. Ooh, 3 colors. That's a big boy. Crew 3. Could be crewed by Hotshot Mechanic alone. Alright, so I have 6 mana. I could Spinning Wheel kick the 2 of them. Or I could play Goshen Tai and make a critter. Could actually play Moth Rider Patrol and go Shintai and make a critter. That's probably stronger. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. Oh, because it'll be end step. I won't have the mana. Yeah, that was a dumb. That's fine. I'll play this. This is still a good card. And then I have my 4/6 as a blocker if I really want it. Like, chances are he's just going to crew the 6/6 and attack me, and I'm not really going to want to block that. Actually, double blocking 4/6/3/2, that's not terrible. Can't attack, block, or crew vehicles. Activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Alright, well, so it can't block, which is too bad. But it can still tap for the 2 mana. And it can still spinning wheel kick things. Okay. Do I block? I don't really want to block. Not right now. I'll take the 6. It's kind of gross, but... Okay, here I think we wheel kick. To creature. Boop. I could get conked for 6 again here, I guess, if he just plays a creature with 3 power. I don't love that. That's got 3 power. And you get a free shrine. Or aura. Aura. Tap. Ew, no. That's very bad. That's gonna kill me in a hurry. That's gonna kill me in a hurry. This costs 4 to tap. Ooh, boy. I mean, I guess I can block with these spirits all day. Hopefully. I guess I could have attacked with, like, Bearer of Memory, probably. Hell, I probably could have attacked with both of them. I don't want him to tap my spirit and force me to block with the shrine. That has flying. That's cheating. Huh? That's cheating. Artifact or creature. That's good. That's good. That probably means the flyer. As much as I want to get rid of the 6/6, I think this has to target the flyer. Because I don't have a consistent answer to that. Oh, actually, that has vigilance, so that's fine. I can keep making spirits that can block the Sentinel. Okay. That I don't really have an answer for. Other than, I guess, slamming this. Or tapping it with the patrol. I guess I can tap it with the patrol. Let's see, if he plays something... Oh, this only has 5 toughness, though, so it still damages me, which hurts. Yeah, I think I like leaving the patrol up here because chances are he'll only be able to crew one of the two. Probably not both of them, so I can just tap whichever one he crews. Sure. What does this require? Oh, that Jesus, that's only crew 2. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would have been your opportunity to use your tap. I actually completely forgot he had that. He could have gotten me if he had done that in a different order. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I do want to play Jugan. But if I do, I will die to the Thundersteel Colossus. I have to be able to block it with the Tanuki. He'll only, yeah. Yep. Pray for no pump spell, I guess. Don't really see a benefit to playing this before combat, so. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Not a card in hand. It may just be a land though. Do that and that's good. That's very good. Just tapping creatures to look for an answer. Alright, that's blockers. I mean, flying attacker's not a good thing either. But more relevant for him, it's blockers right now, because now I've got the board position. Uh-huh. That was aggressive. That was very aggressive. Destroy target creature with flying. You could still block this. I can get in for 2. um, Do I? That seems right. That all seems right. Attack. Yeah. Or 3. I will pay 1. I will pay 4. I will pray to all the gods. Yeah! All right. So, I may have won the first 4 games without seeing my mythic, and I won the last 3 games off of the back of the busted mythic. Oh, that was fabulous. See what we got for our troubles. Reality Architect. I don't remember what you do. No more non-creature permanents are returned to hand. Draw a card. Triggers once each turn. Sure. No land. Turn target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ew, okay. That's a very cool card. That sounds like a fun commander to build around. Although, I mean, chances are it just gets killed on sight over and over again and you don't actually get to do anything fun with it, but if you did, it seems like it would be a fun card to build around. Invoke Calamity. That card is sweet. I need at least one of these for one of my paper commander decks. And definitely has a place in at least one of my historic brawl decks. Lizard Blades. That one's fun. That one's, yeah. Always love me some red cards giving things double strike. Thick. Good land. Good land. Pretty happy with that. Definitely one of those things I want to have ones of to put in historic brawl. Kami of Transience. Gets bigger on enchantments. Oh, and it comes back when your sagas go away. Although the sagas from this set don't usually go to the graveyard. But yeah, I guess if it's enchanted with auras or something, then it comes back if it dies, assuming the auras do in fact go to the graveyard with it. That's a neat card. It's not like super exciting, but it's neat. Alright, not a bad card. I didn't probably need a second one of them, but that's fine. Cool. Well, that was fun. I don't usually go 7-0, but hey, that was always good. All right. Well, I'm happy with that for the night. I'm still extremely disappointed that Space Engineers was not cooperating. Would have very much liked to continue with that instead, but we'll give my computer a nice clean slate. We'll come back to it next time. I'll make sure it lets me do it too. Yeah, and we'll have some fun. See what happens. You never know. There's a chance it just works. Like I said, we ran through the code. I'm pretty confident I made all the changes that I should have to make. There is a chance it just works. But also, I don't trust my code if I don't have to fix at least one bug in it. So, we'll see. Hopefully there's a very minor bug. It's very easy to fix. And then it works after that. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to call it a night there and try to actually sign off before rambling on for too terribly much time. But certainly look forward to more of Project Sentinel continuing, ideally later this week, but who knows? Hope maybe even tomorrow, but no promises. Um, Either way, yeah, if you want to watch me do more of that and actually get to see some ships flying next time, um, welcome to give a follow and you'll find out what I'm getting on. But regardless, I hope you all have a great long rest and I hope you recover all of your spell slots. Good night.